Stay with them. Stay with them.
Yeah. Make a ring. That's how you make a ring. Let's go.
Yeah, boys.
Good. Upfield it clean. Get upfield. All right. Too high. Too high. There it goes. Run your feet. Good job, man. Follow. Hit. Hit. Move. March down here. Are you running? Yeah! 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go, boy.
All right, here with the LeRoy Calmum Rivals, here with the Batavia Blue Devils. All right, here with the Notre Dame Byron-Bergen football team. All right, here with the Letchworth Prairie Warsaw football team. All right, here with the Oakfield Alabama-Elba football team. All right, here with the Livonia football team. All right, here with the Pembroke football team. All right, here with the Avon football team. All right, here with the Dansville Wayland-Cohocton football team. All right, here with the Alexander football team. All right, here with the Bath Haverling football team. All right, here with the Attica football program. All right, here with the Hornell Arkport Canaseraga football team. All right, here with the Medina football team. All right, here with the York Pavilion football team. All right, here with the Geneseo Mount Morris football team. All right, here with the Albion football team. All right, here with the Holley football team. A newly merged program, two longtime rivals coming together, and what a fitting name for this program, Coach. It's been a well-documented rivalry throughout the years, really the best in Section 5, some may say, and now you've come together. You're looking to achieve that success together. What are your reflections off the offseason you've had, and just from the beginning of the process and through these first 2 days of practice? How have things been going? Is it everything you thought it would be, and just the reflections that you've had from this team so far?
I'd say it's gone better than what I initially thought. The kids have handled it extremely well. There was worries early on about these kids getting along, thinking of each other as teammates, and that was really never a problem. It was never a problem. I get a lot of credit to these seniors, this coaching staff. But that was something early on that we really wanted to make sure happened in terms of these kids getting along and thinking of each other as teammates, and it happened naturally. There was nothing to ever worry about. But since spring, we've been getting together at least a couple times a week throughout the summer. Now here we are, day 3, and we're ahead where I thought we would be.
I think, as a team, we all came together really well because, their seniors and our seniors, we already knew each other before, the merger even happened. So, we kind of also knew, who's going to be leaders, and we let the people step up who wanted to be there. And, line leaders, that's just, if you want to be up there, you step up, you show up, and the people who are most consistent are going to be those leaders of the team. So,
to be honest, like Coach said, I thought it was going to be a way more rocky start, but it just kind of clicked pretty naturally. I mean, it really just took a week, and it's like we've been playing together for years. It's pretty normal now. But at first, I was skeptical, but it's just like we've been playing together forever. I mean, the guys have come together, and everyone's stepping up. Like Holden said, people step up. It's an even playing field, and I think most of the people that had a problem with it were just adults. Right. I mean, we didn't really have any animosity against each other, But we're just a team now.
What are you trying to instill here within that culture? And if you could narrow it down to a phrase or a word, what are you preaching to these guys?
Well, I think you keep it as simple as possible. I think people try to complicate those types of things, and last year I tried to keep it simple. It was just work and win. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason we should go away from that. Right. I know it gets a little murky when you talk about Caledonia, LeRoy, and everything we've already talked about and what's been talked about for months, but it comes down to if you're going to work hard, you're going to win games, whether you're from Caledonia or LeRoy or whatever. So that's it. I mean, we're going to come to work every single day, and hopefully the results take care of themselves.
What are the expectations for this team this season? Two programs that really expect championship-level success year in and year out based on the history of the programs. Where are your expectations? Not asking for a prediction or anything, but if you could give me a basic overview of what you guys are expecting from this group this year.
I'm expecting us to play to whistle, play all 4 quarters as hard as possible, and give every play our best.
I mean, to be honest, this is as focused and as sharp as a team as I've been a part of at this point of the year. So the amount of growing that we still have to do and how early it is in the season, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to be able to get the job done at the next levels.
Same as last year, same as every team I've ever coached, just to compete on a daily basis. If these kids are competing against each other, Friday nights, that fierce competition is just going to come naturally. I always tell them, you're only as good as your look. So in practice every single day, I want these kids to hit each other harder than they're getting hit on Friday night against the other team, so we're ready to go. So it's just working hard every day, trying to make the best of every day, competing every day again, so Friday nights will just be easier than practice. We're used to it, and the results will take care of themselves.
You versus Batavia, so a Genesee County kind of old school rivalry there. How much are you looking forward to that week 1 contest?
I mean, every practice we think about it. Every hit I have, I think about just playing against Batavia. So every day I look forward to it.
I think we're all just itching to get to week 1. Every day that gets closer, every practice, the more antsy we get. It's only 2 weeks away. We're all ready pretty much. We're excited. Every day that goes by, getting closer and closer.
What does it mean to you to lead this new era of LeRoy Cal-Mum football, joining forces and helping spearhead this new era?
Well, I think it's an extremely important job, something I take very seriously. I understand the traditions of LeRoy, the traditions of Caledonia, and the stake that a lot of these community members put into it and these coaches put into it. So it's something I don't take lightly, and and I've said it a couple times now. We're just trying to put the work in every day to put this program where it should be, where it needs to be, and where the community expects it to be.
Team, a newly merged program, Notre Dame welcoming over the Bees this season. First-year head coach Otis Thomas as well, so a lot of changes going here in Notre Dame, Coach. And why don't you just take us through how your first season at the helm has started? You've had these guys during the offseason kind of gearing up for the season to start, and now, first day of practice. How are you filling into your new role as head coach, and how are these guys following your leadership?
It's going pretty good so far. I've got some big shoes to fill. Being here in ND, playing for Coach Sutherland, and then the guys that came after that, Rick Mancuso, Jimmy Fanera. Obviously, I got some big shoes to fill, but it's going pretty good here. We hit the ground running early May, weight room, a little bit of contact stuff, with getting in the helmet and shoulder pads, but it's been pretty good. Both communities been great. Bergen's been great. Opened the facilities. Notre Dame has done their job, and the boys have, all been welcoming to each other, so it's been pretty good.
All right, now, Jeremiah, you're one of the student athletes that have come over from Byron-Bergen. You spent the last couple of seasons playing with the Cal-Mum program. How's the dynamic shifted for you? Have you noticed any distinct changes coming over here to Notre Dame? Are there any benefits that you sense, or just what's the change been like for you coming over here and joining the Irish?
I'd say the change is pretty good. They've really welcomed us in, and honestly, we all just clicked and gelled together, and it's been really nice. Yeah.
I think it's been awesome. They're really fitting in well. They've helped us out with we're going to lift there. We went to lift there twice a week. I mean, they're helping us out with facilities, and the kids are fitting in really well. The locker room's been fun, and we're just having a good time right now, ready to get some wins.
Coach, what's the main benefit of welcoming over Byron-Bergen? We've touched on a few of them so far. If you could narrow it down to one thing, two things, what's been the primary benefit so far that you've noticed?
Honestly, I mean, we spoke on it today in our classroom session, and that was taking care of each other. And these guys have responded to that really well. Obviously, they come from great families, and they've literally had each other's back, pumping each other up since the beginning, since we were together in May. So I'm looking forward to this. I know they are. The communities are building up, and they're excited. So we're working hard, and hopefully getting ready to give everybody what they want to see. So,
Stetson, why don't we talk expectations? It's been an interesting few years for Notre Dame. You get some increased numbers with Byron-Bergen coming over. Where does that place your expectations entering this season?
Obviously the goal is to always win a sectional championship and maybe go a little bit farther. But, they've come in there, helped us out a lot, especially with Jerry at quarterback, and been a good leader for us. And at the line, we just five have got to be one, and we've got to be a team.
Ready to embark on an exciting journey towards a successful future? At Genesee Community College, we believe in the power of exploration. Our innovative programs and experienced faculty inspire you to discover your passions. With cutting-edge facilities and real-world experiences, we prepare you for a thriving career. Genesee, your path to success with our wide range of affordable career-focused programs. Join our vibrant community and unlock endless possibilities. Genesee Community College. Your future starts here.
Trying to reclaim that championship glory here in Batavia. What are you looking to accomplish this year, starting today at the beginning of training camp, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, our sights are always set performance-wise on a championship. You know, at the end of the day, our main goal is always to have every guy who comes through this locker room become a better man, a better contributor, you know, somebody who they can look back on this experience and be proud of. But, you know, with that said, setting lofty goals is going to help us get those guys to that point.
How do you guys look up front this season?
We actually are a lot bigger than what we have been in the past couple of years. We've always had a smart line, everyone that knows what they're doing. But this year we got some exercise, so it's going to help. And yeah, Zalen's going to rush for probably 1,000, 2,000 yards.
Bronx, what's the X factor for you guys this year? What do you think that you have to improve upon from last season in order to reach that next level, that championship level?
I think it's just being a team. Everybody just stay together as one team, and I think we'll be all right.
Can you touch on that goal of winning a championship this year? You've won a couple during your time on the varsity team. You're looking to reclimb that mountain this year. Can you just put that into words and how, maybe not desperate is the right word, but how hungry you guys are to hoist that block this season?
Yeah, you can tell we're definitely hungry because the guys we got in this locker room bring it every single day, and that's what it takes. If we don't bring the juice every day, it's not going to happen. And so, yeah, we just got to be hype and just bring the juice every single day.
The Letchworth Perry Warsaw football team looking forward to another successful season. Head coach Justin Mann. Coach, your guys have been working hard all summer long. Week 1 coming up just days away. What's the anticipation level that you feel from your guys, and what have you seen from them throughout this long stretch of summer practices?
This has been a good group of kids. They come out here in the weight room, in the film, and they just work hard, and they earn it each and every single day.
Hayden, I saw you guys at the end going through conditioning. These are really the dog days, as they say, of summer practices. How much are you guys gearing up, looking forward to that Week 1 matchup?
It's really exciting. I mean, at the end when we are doing conditioning, that's all we're doing is we're really preparing for Oakfield so we don't give up on those dog downs that we need, like 3rd and shorts, 4th downs, just so we don't quit.
What does it take to get through the tough practices that you guys have to endure? I'm sure you have to reach down and dig deep, but what do you preach to some of the younger guys to help them get through some of these tough practices?
It takes a lot of mental strength. You got to have very good mental. Also, another thing that helps is your teammates bringing you up, not putting you down, pushing you through it, not day in, day out, just teamwork.
I think it helps a lot, considering 3 different schools and to be as tight-knit as they are at all 3 levels. I got to give credit to these guys, these captains. They do a good job keeping everybody together.
Probably because we hang out a lot outside of practice and games. Like, we have team dinners every week at different people's houses. We're always, together outside of school, not just in practice.
Schematically, obviously, without giving too much away, maybe a production-based strength. What phase of the game are you guys relying on this year?
We're just relying on we got to rely on our line up front. Yeah. This year I have a feeling we're going to be running a lot. I'm going to be running the ball a lot. I'm just looking forward to running behind the big guys on the line, just having fun, just going out there having fun.
I think it takes help from everybody. The coaching staff, the school administrators, the communities, they do a fantastic job making this thing work.
Mount Morris football team looking to rebound this year. A lot of returners. Back in the fold, head coach Ryan Kramer. Coach, why don't you just give us your expectations for this group this season? You've had great weather to kick off summer practices and looking forward to Week 1, I'm sure. What are your overall expectations for this group this season?
Well, I think the expectations started last year from day one, raising the numbers in the program, getting more consistent with our expectations each day. We've really developed a little mantra with winning each day and winning each rep. And we've gotten great numbers since day one, like you said, great weather up until this point, and we're just ready to play some football and be competitive here in Class D.
Quentin, a tough year last year, but a lot of hope for this year. How excited are you to get out there Week 1, hit somebody in a different colored jersey, and put the past away and really look forward to the future here with Geneseo Mount Morris?
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. Fresh start this season, so we get to rewrite history.
So what's kind of the motto for this group? What are some buzzwords Coach is preaching to you? What are you rallying around entering this year in hopes of achieving the success that you've expect of yourselves?
Yeah, we say win is one a lot. Win as a group, win as a family. what is a brotherhood together. We also say we have a code we live by. It's the Blue Devil Code. It's character, opportunity, discipline, and effort. And we try to build on that day and day and become better men and better players through every rep and through every practice.
Well, I think if ever anyone comes and watches us this year, you'll see that translation. It's positive in the classroom. It's positive out in the football field. Whenever you become more consistent with something, you get better. And we're getting better with each rep. I do expect, and I think these guys all expect to be better this year. I know they feel better about this year. I feel better about this year. And it's one of those, we're not looking past last year and knowing what our record was. We're just here to rebound in a way of saying, hey, we can be better both on and off the field.
Had a young team last year, so got a lot more experience. Our effort is there for the most part.
I mean, we're definitely returning with a lot of weapons this year. We've got a lot of guys. We're firing on all cylinders this year for sure. Our defense has strengthened a lot, and we're looking really good. And we're ready for the competition this year.
Dansville Wayland-Cohocton football team, Coach Pierre here, getting his team going, looking to improve upon last season. Coach, what are you looking to improve upon in order to put forth a better overall record this season and maybe rebound from what you experienced last year?
Continue to work hard. We're still in the infancy of our offense, and we installed it new last year, so kind of get everything clicking and put in new phases of our offense so that we can ultimately put up points.
What can you take away from last season that you can build upon going into this year, maybe to help you guys hit the ground running to start the season?
The hard work, and the team's been working for the last month and a half now. We got a completely new team other from last year, and we're just working and building on what we can from last year.
Intensity, man. Coach has been preaching all week. We got to be intense. We got to come out here and work our hardest. Whole time we're out here, got to be intense. Can't be flat.
You start to see leaders starting to form, and you don't have to be the mouthpiece for them anymore. It's more or less they've done a great job of stepping up and and taking what we've put in front of them, and we're really happy to see their progress and that intensity. Energy is something that is brought by everybody, not just me every day. It's got to be the leaders of the team as well.
So if you could overall give me your perspective on what you guys are hoping to achieve this season.
Put up a lot of points, not allow a lot of points, and win football games.
I think we're a really disciplined team. We got a lot of guys that like to come out here. We like to work. I mean, everybody likes to come out here, and nobody's lackadaisical on the field. We definitely come out here and we put forth our best effort every day.
Vonglis Enterprises excavation construction company specializing in septic systems, drainage, installation of water and sewer lines, along with ditch work. We also offer site work. Vonglis Enterprise, no job too big, no job too small. Serving our local communities and supporting our athletes. Visit us on our Facebook page or call 585-471-4240. There's no job too big or no job too small for Vonglis Enterprises.
Livonia football team under first-year head coach Rich Welch. Coach, you've had plenty of experience coaching varsity football, but now you bring it to Livonia with the Bulldogs. What are you trying to instill with this group coming off a 1-8 season, looking for improvement? What are some goals you have for this team? What are some buzzwords you're using to try to achieve those goals?
Yeah, we just talk about every practice just about getting better than yesterday. There's a real strong tradition here in Livonia that the previous coaches have installed, Coach Gethner in the past. So that's installed in the program, and we want to keep that going, but just little improvements every day I think will add up in the long run.
I'd say it's a very good team. We got a lot of new guys coming up. Our team isn't too big in size, but we have a lot of guys with a lot of heart who are willing to come out here and play as hard as they can. They're willing to do what they can to put in all the work, and I think we're going to have a good team this year. We've got a lot of good guys putting up strength in the weight room, just doing what they can to put up weight and stuff like that. So I think our season will do pretty good this year compared to last year.
Now, Wyatt, Coach Welch, first year at the helm, how have you sensed the guys responding to his leadership, and what have you felt stands out about his leadership that might help you guys strive for better this year?
It's like a whole new program. He's got us set up doing a lot of stuff, new stuff, but we're more attentive and we're listening better. So I think this year will be a lot better.
How do you look up front?
We're all young. We have no seniors. We have 3 juniors. But I have good hopes for this year because we're all learning, and it's a new year. So.
Yeah, the nice thing is we have a lot of guys that can play multiple spots, so I don't think we're pegged into one hole from a formation standpoint. Avion's a good example of that. If I need to put him out at wide out, I can put him out there. If we want him to run between the tackles, he can. And it's not just him, that's most of our skill positions. So I think we can really mix things up, and we shouldn't have to just stick to one style. We can vary it depending week to week.
How excited are you for maybe a new look schedule this year, maybe some new matchups that you'll be taking on? Can you just give me your perspective on that and how much you're looking forward to a little bit of a change in what's going on this year, this fall?
Yeah, so I personally think it's a good thing getting out there to play not only the same teams that we have played, but a new group of teams that have conjoined with teams that we have played. I think it's good experience, especially for the guys under me. Leave them with a good look at what other teams are capable of and how big they can play, how good they are. So I think it's a good thing that those teams are conjoining as one and we get to play.
The Avon football team coming off a run to the sectional semifinal last year. Coach, a little bit of a changing landscape in Section 5. Some teams moving around, unmerging, merging together. Class D a little bit different. What are you expecting from your team, the Riverhawks, this season?
Yeah, a little change with mascot name, but we're excited about it, and going to move forward with that. And with the class, there has been some changes, but it shows that small town football is still alive. As Class D has 8 teams that are capable, and one thing for us, we're excited about getting through the first 2 weeks here and getting ready for week 1.
What have you been focusing on in the weeks leading in to your first practice?
Team chemistry and weight room, because we have had a lot of younger guys here this off season, getting in the weight room, and just our team chemistry has been good this year. So the expectation is always to get a sectional block. I mean that's the goal this year, and I think it can happen. We got a great group of guys back there, so sectional block this year.
Connor, what's it going to take to get there? I've kind of touched on this before, some of your guys' focuses, but if you could maybe pinpoint one of the strengths of your team or something that you guys really have to bring to the forefront this season in order to accomplish the goals you've set out for yourself, what would you identify as maybe that X factor for you guys this season?
I would just say just commitment and just, showing up every day, giving 100%, just doing your 111 just to get better every day. And I think we've done a great job over the summer getting here, like Travis was saying, a lot of young guys stepping up. But yeah, as long as we get here every day and stay committed, we're going to go far.
Alabama-Elba football team trying to reclaim that championship glory that they found just a couple of years ago. Looks like you have a lot of talent. Hopes are high this year. Why don't you just fill us in on your expectations for this group this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So today comes with such a rush of emotions. Excitement, energetic. The big one this year I would say would be maybe even a little bit of anxiousness and nervousness, just because this group has had a very productive summer together. But I still don't think that we have scratched the surface on the potential that they have and the type of group that we have right now with this team. So the message as we hit the practice field for our AM session was, guys, this is going to be one of the toughest camps that we've ever put any of our groups through, because we really need to spend the next 2 weeks just to forge our identity. We got to figure out what type of group we have. We think that if we can put together 2 weeks worth of very productive, very hardworking days, that the sky is the limit for this group. So the name of the game the next 2 weeks is find out what type of team do we have. What is our identity going to be as we attempt to tackle the season?
We've been working hard over the summer. Our chemistry's been building up with the 7-on-7s and everything, but we were looking good over the summer, so yeah.
We put in a lot. We got some dogs, and I'm really excited to see where it's taking us this year. Everybody we were here this morning, the energy was up, and it was just an awesome morning. I can't wait to get back to the PM session.
I would say that the strength of this group, and we start every practice during our camp sessions in the classroom. We're either starting with a chalk talk session or we're starting with a team meeting. We started this morning with a team meeting to set the tone for the season. And as we looked around that room and the guys that we had in it, we realized, I believe continuity and teamwork are going to be our strengths this year. We have a group of guys that have literally stuck together since 7th grade modified OE football. They've been the same group, they're the same regime for years now. Now they get to their senior year. Now they get to show us what all those years of prep and all those years of hard work together are going to do to serve them. I really think that rhythm and continuity can be our friend. We've got a lot of veteran players who maybe even if they don't have the playing experience in terms of their veteran status, they've just been waiting for their opportunity to step up. And hopefully that year is going to provide them with those opportunities to do so. On top of that, also, good group of kids. We saw already 2 hours into our season that we're going to have a group when you know what hits the fan, that we've got a group of kids that they're going to talk each other up and they're going to tackle adversity as it comes, not as one, not as a group of individuals, but as a collective whole.
We have a lot of support in the community. It really helps us out a lot for practices, before games, everybody. I mean, our chemistry is very high right now, so it really helps us out a lot.
Well, our motto this year is find a way. So, I mean, everybody, growing up together, we play all our sports together. We're always together. Our team is just, with the find a way, we're up there grinding, we're working our butts off. Everybody up there is finding a way, and we're going to find a way, and we're going to make a big impact on the season this year.
Pembroke football team defending 8-man football state champions, head coach Brandon Rickey. Coach, how have things been looking so far? You lost a bit from last season, but you returned plenty. Where are you guys at in your quest to repeat as state champions?
Yeah, thanks, Alex. Really have a big senior class to replace. Obviously, there's a lot of guys who played a lot of football for us the last couple of years, but we're really excited about a pretty good veteran group that's coming back, and they're excited to be able to prove their ability to compete. So it's been a very good first week of camp with good attendance and good attitudes, and we're excited to defend that title.
Like I said, you have plenty of returning stars coming back, but you lost a big piece in Tyson Totten. He'd been a mainstay within this program the past couple of years. One of your good friends, I'm sure, on the football field. How do you replace his leadership, his performance? You and the other guys, I'm sure, are going to take on a heavier load this year.
I kind of just follow in his footsteps, learn from him my whole way up, doing what he does. He's like a leader to me, so kind of just doing exactly what he does, and success, I guess.
Yeah, I'm excited to step up in some roles, help out on more, do more than what I did last year, improve while I can. Just all the off-season things and show what you can do and show your leadership.
Now, Coach, where are you at this year in terms of numbers? How many do you have on the roster? I saw you had a couple guys injured over there, one of them a key offensive lineman. How do you expect those guys back soon? Where are you at in terms of roster numbers, roster structure, and if you could, just your perspective on losing a key player like Tyson and moving forward with this group?
Yeah, so certainly numbers are always, something in small school, Class D football that you're trying to see. Do you have enough? Do you have enough for modified? Looking through, all the way down in our youth ranks. Today if we had a game, we'd have 18 guys dressed and healthy, ready to go. I think our roster will probably end up with about 19. One guy's probably going to miss the first couple games, and then we had, a guy or two that was more just being cautious, to make sure we don't lose anybody in the first week. So I was explaining, in fact, my talk to the guys at the end of practice was, football is about survival. It's about surviving.
War of
healthy
attrition.
Numbers, yes. When you get to that November football, to have enough guys to just put on a practice and have a scout team to go against. So certainly, a little different than, maybe the A or AA ball where you might have a little bit bigger rosters. Like I said, Tyson, that's hard to replace a young man like that, not only on the field, but in the locker room, in the classroom, is certainly a model student, and we miss him. But I think, kind of like Caleb talked about, Tyson helped to establish a culture and a legacy where it's next man up. And we built this in the weight room, we built this in the off season, and we talk about a lot, when you live right, then you play right. And so part of living right is taking care of your body and eating right and lifting right, and those kind of next man up. And that really is the beautiful thing about high school football, is even someone as great as Tyson, who was a 4-year starter for us, at some point you pass that torch to the next group. And I'm really excited for this team to have the opportunity to show, as great as Tyson was, Pembroke football, no one's bigger than the program.
Right.
So.
Now, Caleb, how much are you looking forward to your guys' first game?
I'm looking forward a crazy amount.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very fun. Everybody wants to give their best shot towards us, and I want their best shot for sure.
The Holley football team preparing for another season. Coach, what are your expectations this year? How do the guys look during preseason practices? What's the optimistic level that you guys are holding going into the season?
Well, we've been doing a pretty good job this preseason. We've instituted some new things on offense. These guys have been around with me for about some 5 years, some 4 years, and so they know the system, and it makes it a lot easier to coach. Our expectations, we've set some pretty high expectations this year. Obviously, we have Pembroke in our league, and we know that's a huge hill to climb. But we're up for the task. We got them the last week of the season, so let's hope it comes down to something.
And what have you seen from some of the younger players set to assume maybe some increased roles this year?
Yeah, I think they want to win as much as we do. They definitely look up to like us and obviously the coach. So yeah.
What do you view as your strength, whether it be offensively or defensively?
Offensively, it's the skill positions. We're gonna be able to open up the playbook this year with throwing the ball a lot. We got our wide receivers back. They were on injury last year, and yeah, hopefully get it done.
If you could whittle it down to one word, one phrase, something like that, what are you trying to preach to these guys?
Brotherhood. We have a wide group, a wide variety of kids on this team that probably don't associate too much outside of the practice field, in the football field, but we have tried to build on it that we all have each other's back. Once we step across the lines, we have each other's back.
What are you looking forward to most out of this season?
I mean, it's the last season I could play with guys I grew up with. I just want a winning season.
We're definitely going to look at it week by week, but Bobby Richard beat us in sectionals a couple years ago. So.
Are you ready to embark on an exciting journey towards a successful future? At Genesee Community College, we believe in the power of exploration. Our innovative programs and experienced faculty inspire you to discover your passions. With cutting-edge facilities and real-world experiences, we prepare you for a thriving career. Genesee, your path to success with our wide range of affordable career-focused programs. Join our vibrant community and unlock endless possibilities. Genesee Community College. Your future starts here.
The football team, a return to a standalone program this year. Spent a season with Attica last year, Coach. You've gotten your numbers back up, and I'm sure you're proud to have the standalone program once again.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of always the plan. We knew we had a little lull in our numbers last year. We got a lot of sophomores and juniors on this year's varsity, so bumped us right back up into the low 20s, which we're used to. We can make hay with that.
I feel like practice has been going pretty good. We've been working, getting stuff done, learning the whole process again after merging with Attica last year. I feel like we're going to be a pretty good team this year.
I think one of the strengths for our team is definitely our O-line and our D-line. We have a ton of big kids, and that's definitely going to help playing football.
Coach, that's really been a mainstay here in Alexandria. You got the hog hole over there, the big uglies year in and year out. How have you seen these guys commit to that pride and that culture that you've instilled here? It obviously was disrupted last year, but I'm sure a lot of the same stuff that you guys have worked on over the years has stayed. How have these guys bought into what you're trying to preach to them?
I think everybody's happy to be back here. It's green and gold. It's Alexander football again. We've had perfect attendance this week from the varsity perspective, so that's been wonderful, and I think it shows, the level of excitement in our players and also their commitment to each other and to this team. A lot of these guys had a really good summer in the weight room too. Others, their work schedules conflicted, so I trust that they were out on their own working out. We all know, once August 19th gets here, everything counts, everything's, recorded. And we're all in, and it's been, honestly, we're sitting at the end of the first week, and it's been a really good week so far. I'm happy for the longer preseason this year. I think every football team's going to feel a little bit better heading into that first regular season game, but I do like where we're at right now.
I feel like every practice, everyone is intense, and they want to get better. They want to win this year, and that just brings motivation to me and the rest of the team to keep working.
Thank you to all the parents. They set up everything and they help us. And homecoming here is one of our biggest school events, and our community, it means like everything to our football team. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't have football.
The Attica football program back to a standalone program this year after merging with Alexander last season. Coach Jeff Kuzmano. Coach, how have you guys looked so far this year? Back to normal, I guess you would say, here in Attica. What have you seen from the guys early on in summer practices?
Well, they're a young group of guys. We lost 22 seniors last year between the two programs. So we've started at the bottom, and we're building ourselves back up and trying to institute through the younger kids.
It's all about family. We only have a few seniors. We have a bunch of younger guys. So all we got to do is be leaders for them, and that's the word, leadership. Rise the little younger kids up. Let us work hard together.
So we lost a lot of major players, a lot of seniors. We're the only seniors, and there's only a couple of us. So, us as the only seniors, we have to come together, and since it's a lot of younger kids, they're kind of learning everything else new. So as they're learning it new, we have to teach them. We have to do what we can to teach the young kids, and we gotta build them up from what they were to what we are now. They have a lot to learn, and we're slowly teaching them.
Well, they're a hardworking group of kids. Even though they're young, they're hardworking. We've started by, like I said, at the ground level. We're just building it up from there. We try to tell them each day we want to be better at the end of practice than we were at the beginning of practice. And I think we've accomplished that goal every day. And they, like I said, they work hard and they come hard every day. And I can't ask for anything more at this point.
Oh, we're excited. It's against Oxford Academy. They have to come an hour and a half. We have to go an hour and a half. We're ready for it. We have another week, 2 days. Just got to keep working, and this team's coming together.
Now, how much pride do you take in just putting on that Attica uniform? A lot of pride in this program. You won your first sectional championship a few years ago. What's the pride level at with you guys, and just what does it mean to you to put on the Attica uniform every day?
I love putting on the uniform. I mean, I've always been in Attica all the way since kindergarten, and I've always played football, started football young, and I'm now up to here. Just love playing for Attica. I always have.
Here with the York Pavilion football team, coming off a run to the sectional final last year. Coach Kurt Schneider. Coach, how do you look this year? Game week is upon us. Yep. Friday, Saturday, Section 5 football kicks off throughout the section. You got a big matchup week 1 coming up against defending champion Canaseraga Greenwood. Rematch of that title game. How have you guys been progressing in the early stages of practice?
Yeah, we've had a really good camp. We lost a lot of guys last year, but we have a really good core group. And I think a lot of Class D schools right now, we have, around 18 or 19, but those core kids are coming in here and battling every day, and I think we're ready to go. Obviously, we look forward to the opportunity to kind of get a shot at Geneseo again. It doesn't really change last year, but good program, and really there's not a lot of slouches in Class D. We know that every Friday we're going to have to bring it. So
we're trying to get the younger guys more reps, and that's really it. It just takes reps to know the game.
What do you think is going to be key for you guys this season in order to pull off the success that you're hoping for?
Definitely our defense. Our defense is definitely going to need to step up this week to win this game. I think we have a good group of leaders and role models to the young guys look up to, so I think that's really good, and I think we have a pretty good defense, I think.
Yeah, I think that we've had some kids step up. We have obviously a couple seniors here who have been doing off-season workouts really from last December through where we are today. And then we have some underclassmen too that are really kind of stepping up into that leadership void. And we don't have a ton of senior leadership, but the ones that we do have are really good. And like we said, we have Parker Bonafide and Casey Coffey, one of our linemen, who have really just done a great job of almost being an extra set of eyes and ears and coaches on the field, and really working with some of those new guys that are kind of new to the sport and new to the program, and getting them the right technique and just little tips and aspects of the craft that they can pass along to those guys to kind of get them up where they need to be.
Haverling football team. Coach, it's been a long off season, I'm sure, for you and your guys, coming back looking to rebound from a season ago. Where have your focuses been throughout the course of off-season training, preseason practices? Where are you trying to put these guys' heads leading into week 1 of the season?
Obviously, like most teams, we start in the weight room right away. That was from January all the way up until now. And in terms of install, we started a little bit early this year. We started in early June, and we had a lot of guys show up for that. So that's definitely made things a lot easier heading into week 1 here.
What do you have your sights set on from a player's perspective?
I'm just looking for the get back. We all got a chip on our shoulder. We all know we're better than what our record showed last year. We're just going to go out there, play football the way we normally do, and just do our thing.
What are some of the strengths of this team this year?
I'd say we have a lot of really good skill position guys. We got a lot of new guys. We're young, we're tough, we're long. We got a lot of guys who play a lot of different positions. There's just a ton of versatility in this team.
A, they have to be Ironmen, and B, they know that they have to be able to play 2 or 3 different positions, because on our roster I think we're going to have 21 suited for our first game. Hopefully by our second game we'll have up to 23, 24. And they know that they have to be tough and they have to be resilient, and it's just going to be one of those things where we can't afford to have any weak links this year.
Hornell Arkport Canaseraga football team, first year of this merger. out here in Hornell, a successful program. Coach, what are you expecting from this group this year? First year of the merger, maybe some changes. How have you dealt with those minor changes? How have the kids picked up on those changes? What are you expecting this year?
Well, we expect nothing short of greatness this year. We came together, last year was my first year coaching, and there's no excuses how things turned out last year, and that's what we remind the kids. We don't have excuses. We have to always get better. We have 40 young men, which is a huge turnaround in the program in terms of numbers. 7 of those are from Arkport and Canaseraga, so majority, are people here in Hornell. And then as the merger came along, we were excited to bring in new student athletes. Both Canaseraga and Arkport do not offer football, so this is an opportunity for those school districts to allow their young men and women who want to play be involved in football. So we're looking forward to that. In terms of changes, really, we continue what we've been preaching. Believe in the process, hard work ethic. It showed. We started working out in January, and through the summer we had great turnouts. Kids have bought in. The workouts in the summer are optional, but they were far from optional in terms of, I think, how the kids approached it. They policed themselves. We were here 3 days a week, and now we're ready to see what the fruits of our hard work will bear.
I feel like a big word is brotherhood, just making it like one big team, one family. I feel like it's not different from school to school. Like, we're all big, one family, and it shows out there on the football field.
What do you find to be your strengths this season?
I would say probably our offensive line's really good. We work really hard. Pretty much all 40 of us have been here since the summer, working out 3 days a week, and the 2 days have been rough out here too. So strength for sure is a strength of ours. But our offensive and defensive line's really good, and our reinforcement has been working at quarterback a lot. So
how much are you looking forward to putting on the pads week 1, hitting another jersey, and hopefully fulfilling the expectations that you guys have set for yourself?
Personally, I'm definitely very excited, and I know the team's very excited, and we're ready to go out there, hear the band playing, especially when we win, and here's Sweet Caroline.
Albion football team, beautiful turf field here. Coach, you said it's really your first time out on this beautiful new facility. New vibes, positive vibes here in Albion, good numbers out on the football field. What are you guys expecting from the 2024 season?
I think our guys are just excited to come out and compete and be able to get on the football field again and come together as a team and a unit and compete against the opponents that we have.
Luke, what would you say is the strength of your team this year? Every team has its strengths, its weaknesses, kind of what they're relying on to carry them through. What would you say is one of or the strength of your team this year?
Our tenacity, just to be able to make those blocks and get after those people and just work hard. Fun.
What's Coach been preaching to you this preseason, during the offseason, in order to get you guys geared up? What are some buzzwords he's been using? Do you have a motto that you guys are rallying around? What is really what you guys are relying on to build some success this year?
One of his little sayings is embrace the suck. We've been out here all summer, hot and cold, rainy, and we've just been getting after it, pushing it.
Yeah, I think the kids are excited. They worked hard in the off season in the weight room and being out here for the summer OTAs and just getting after it. So we're excited just to come together and be a brotherhood again and have fun with each other and work hard.
It's like a brotherhood. It's like when you go out there, you can trust your guys. Just win.
Just gotta play hard. First play to last play. Everything we got.
Vonglis Enterprises excavation construction company specializing in septic systems, drainage, installation of water and sewer lines, along with ditch work. We also offer site work. Vonglis Enterprise. No job too big, no job too small. Serving our local communities and supporting our athletes. Visit us on our Facebook page or call 585-471-4240. There's no job too big or no job too small for Vonglis Enterprises.
The Medina football team, quite the powerful tradition over the past several years, Coach. You guys have worked your way to quite the level of success. How are things looking this year? What are your expectations for this year's group? I know that you lost some key players from last year, but you returned these guys and some others. What are you looking forward to this year out of this group?
We've got some great talented kids that return. Our numbers are low, so being healthy is definitely going to be a key for us to to compete in our league and hopefully to kind of continue that winning tradition we've been lucky enough to have over the last few years. But we got some young guys that need to step up in some new positions as well, and then we're going to rely heavily on these veteran guys like these two next to us.
What is going to be one of your strengths this year, from your opinion? Up front, maybe in the backfield, a phase of the game, something strategic, a mentality that you guys have. Without giving too much away, what do you think is one of your guys' strengths this year?
Our O-line. We're a lot more aggressive this year than last year. So.
Brody seems confident. How have you seen things materialize up front in the trenches?
It's the same a little bit. We have the same chemistry we had last year, so it shouldn't be a big difference.
We've shortened up things a little bit because kids are getting a lot more reps in practice just because the numbers are low. So, we don't want to grind them into the ground, and we talk all the time about just going to work and doing our job each day, and, Friday nights are our paydays. Like, we don't need to hoot and holler and carry on. We put in all the work till Thursday, and then that's our reward Friday night, hopefully.
And what's your favorite part about opening day?
I'm looking forward to it a lot because it's my senior year, and I want to win some football games, and game one is pretty much a determination for the rest of the season. So,
just what does it mean to put on that jersey every week?
It means a lot. After every practice, we say Mustang Pride, so it's an honor to wear the jersey.